Once again, namaste and welcome, Mr. Tonisa and Hirosa. And I'm hardly thankful to you to give another chance to show you some part of my country. At this time, our tour is beginning from Delhi, and our tour is going to start from 27th of February to 9th of March. Our tour is starting from Delhi. By surface, we are going from Delhi to Amritsar. It's around 450 kilometers. Today we will drive. On the way, most of time we will travel on NH1, National Highway 1, which is the biggest highway of India. Another name of this national highway is Sher Shah Suri Highway. In the old days, the name of this highway was Sher Shah Suri, and that highway covered from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. It's the longest highway. As I told you, we start from Delhi to Amritsar today, and today we will see one or two important villages which is connected with Mr. Sugiyama Tatsumaru. He is also known as Green Father of India. That gentleman was from Japan. I will tell you about the Sugiyama Tatsumaru ahead when I will see a perfect location. So today we will reach in Amritsar and will stay in hotel. Tomorrow, on 28th of February, we will visit Golden Temple of Amritsar. It is a very famous Sikh temple. It is the main temple of the Sikh religion, and our local guide also will explain about the Sikhism, from where the Sikhism came, what are the principles of the Sikhism. After that, we will see the border of India and Pakistan. It's called Bagha border. Very interesting parade we will see on the Bagha border. Then tomorrow we will see some more monuments like Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar. Some other monument we will see. Then day after tomorrow, we will come back by car to Delhi, stay in Delhi one night. Then we will fly to Varanasi. Completely different thing you will see in Varanasi. First evening in Varanasi, we will see the evening ceremony on the bank of river Ganga, with thousands of lamps, more than 50 priests they will do together. It's a very special celebration. Most of tourists they goes to see the evening ceremony on the Ghat of Ganga river. Next morning we will have a boat ride in Varanasi and we'll see cremation on the Ganga Ghat, because Ganga in Hindu mythology, most of people they believe that if our ashes will go into the Ganga river, then it is a complete salvation. Most of people they want, when I will die, it's better to cremate on the Ghat of Ganga river, either in Varanasi or in Allahabad. So it is very important. Cremation activities we will see on the Ghat of Ganga river in Varanasi, and after that we will visit Sarnath. It's only 12 kilometers from Varanasi, where God Buddha he taught first time to the followers there. It is also very interesting. So in this tour we will listen about the Sikhism, about the Buddhism, and also the Jainism, because after Varanasi, when we reach Allahabad, 2 days we are going to spend in Allahabad. At this time, Allahabad is the most important destination during our tour, because in Allahabad we will see Kumbh Mela. Kumbh Mela, or the Kumbh Fair, it is the biggest fair of the Hindus. In every 4 years, that fair held in 4 different towns. Allahabad, Nasik, Haridwar and Ujjain, 4 main towns. About the Kumbh Mela, the story is a different one. When we reach Allahabad, I will tell you the story why we celebrate the Kumbh Fair, what is the mythological story behind that Kumbh Fair. And we will see in Kumbh Fair so many Nagas, sadhus, so many monks and different activities. And after that, after Kumbh Fair, we will reach to Chitrakoot. Chitrakoot is also a very famous religious destination for the Hindus, because in Hindu mythology the god Rama, he was for exile in 14 years and during the exile god Rama spent more than 13 years near of Chitrakoot in the forest. There are some places where we will listen about the god Rama, and then after that we will reach in my town Khajuraho, where you will see more than 1000 years old temples, very famous temples with the erotic sculpture. I think in the world you will see most erotic sculpture on the wall of the temple first time. And then after you will see the Jain temple, where you will listen about the Jainism. And in Khajuraho, luckily it's a big fair we will see of the god Shiva, because on 4th of this March there is a Shivaratri. Shivaratri is the birthday of god Shiva. So we will listen about the Shiva also in Khajuraho, and after that we will go to the Jabalpur. This is the last destination of our tour. In Jabalpur we will see a volcanic canyon with so many marble rocks, and we will have a boat ride in Jabalpur also, and it will be the end of our tour. From Jabalpur you will fly back to Delhi, and then you will fly back to Japan. So during this time we will listen about the Hinduism, Jainism, Sikhism, and so many Hindu mythological story you will listen during the tour. And the main thing, today we will listen about the Sugiyama Tatsumaru. He is the Green Father. It's very interesting story. I think most of people of Japan, they knows about him. But it's my honor to explain about Mr. Sugiyama Tatsumaru during our tour. Okay, sir? Thank you. Okay. You know, sir, can you believe that around 17-80 years ago there was a completely desert, but Mr. Sugiyama Tatsumaru from Japan, he did, I think it was by heart, it was a complete help for Indian, as he did. He has worked, I will tell you the complete story about the Tatsumaru after, when I will see the perfect place. But he has done so many things for the plantation and irrigation and utilization of the forest. It is a one example of irrigation, as he did. As I told you, there was a completely desert, but because of his courage, he has done so many plantation, and then finally the water which was flowing underground, and the local people, they were not using. Because of the plantation, the clay, it's get strong, and the water stay finally at place to place, and the local people, they were able to pump up the water through the pipes. Before it was not possible. It's happened after, when Mr. Tatsumaru has done so many plantations. And now you can see, it's because of Mr. Tatsumaru we are getting enough water for the irrigation. You can see from there is a water pump, and through the pump pipe the water is coming in this pipe, and it's gathering here, and through a small canal the water is going ahead. And this is the way of the irrigation also in this area. You can see the water goes ahead. Still it's coming through a single canal. Okay, please. suppose if they need to give the water in these small plantation, you can see they will stop here the water. By the help of this clay, they will put here and stop. Then the water come out from here and goes through here in this canal and is spread on the land. So this is the way of the irrigation. We will see ahead where is the water is going. So come ahead. The water is coming through the single canal, and here you can see it's from here, from this place you can, the water we can send in different direction. You can see there is a one plastic bag, there is another plastic bag, and there is another plastic bag. It means there are 3 pipes, 3 different holes. If I have to give water to this side, then I will close these 2 holes and the water will go in this side and spread in the land for the agriculture. And the same one, if I want to throw water this side, I will close these both holes and water will go at this side. At this time the water is going, there is a pipe, the water is going underground. You can see there ahead, from here the water is going ahead, and also some water is coming from here. You can see through the pipe water is coming and going ahead and spreading in the land. So this is the way of the irrigation, how they gives water for the plants. And you can see there are some plants, it's I think of the wheat plant. This is the wheat plant. Wheat inside, no, it's a fresh one, it's not comes, it will take more time, it's a fresh one. These are all the wheat plant. Ahead we will see more things on the way, then I will explain to you. Okay, thank you. Punjab, Haryana are 2 states mainly for the agriculture.
Mainly?
Yes, Punjab and Haryana. Sakata.
They only focus on the South Asia and the Middle East. Your country, Bangladesh, Pakistan.
These are the big market,
Especially green.
Can you see the row of the eucalyptus trees? Can you move your camera to that side? These all trees are situated near of NH1, National Highway 1. Why there are so many trees of eucalyptus only? Okay, now I'm telling you about a god from Japan. for the people of India. And the name of the god was Sugiyama Tatsumaru. The people of Japan, did you listen that name? Yes or no? I think definitely you will listen that name. Who was that person? And why he is very famous in India? We know to him as a green father of India. What he has done in India. Okay, I was starting from the grandfather of Sugiyama Tatsumaru, and his name was Ito Hiromusu. Was a legend in Japan, and he has a very strong political approach in the politics of Japan. Oftenly, he visited overseas in the world. Once when he visited India, he felt here, he seen here, America and Europe. They were eating lively to the Asia and other countries people. Then he decided, when we will get independent, I will make many technique of the agriculture, and agriculture will be the foundation of my country. And finally he started an institute, and along the world, especially from the Asian countries, he brought students to teach different technique of the agriculture. He was doing very well, but his dream couldn't fulfill. He has good connection also. Our Prime Minister, Mr. Nehru, Mrs. Gandhi, as we read somewhere, and his grandson, as I told you, Sugiyama Tatsumaru, what he did here. After the independence, Mr. Sugiyama Tatsumaru have visited many times to India. It was a normal tour for him. But once, when he seen from out of window from the aeroplane, he seen, oh, it's completely desert, red land of the sand. And he listened about that. There was once year rain, and during the rain more than 5 million people died. It was shockable for him. Then he reminded the word of his grandfather, you must save the people of Asia. Then he thought to do something here, and then he came to India, and he thought how I can do some plantation agriculture here, because he has completely sand here. It is not possible to. Then he walked such a place where is a water, but it was very difficult to get. And finally one day he got one place where are so many animals, they were sitting at one place. He thought definitely there is something. That's why, because the animal have some different to sense or to get some, I can say, like I can give you an example, like the dog, he can smell very deeply, and some other animals also, they can smell very deeply. So the animals have some organ in the body or some sensible part of the body, they can understand better than the human. As he seen that group of the animals, he thought there is definitely something, and there was some shadow also. Then he dug, and finally he got some wet sand there, and he understand inside there is a water, but because of the sand the water is not pumped up here. Then he decided, how can I do? Then because his grandfather already started a institute in Japan of the plantation to teach the student how different technique of the agriculture. And then he thought about that, okay, the eucalyptus plant is the main plant which grow up in a very heat, when the very hot atmosphere or the temperature, eucalyptus plant grow up early. And then he planted eucalyptus tree, and according to the record it says 14 billion yen, Japanese yen, he spent in 1961. According to the record, 470 kilometer National Highway 1, which was Sher Shah Suri Highway in the old days, but now it's NH1, National Highway 1. It's 470 kilometer. He planted the eucalyptus tree. Then the eucalyptus tree, as you can see, the eucalyptus tree goes high and goes deeply also, the roots of the. Then the eucalyptus tree root, they caught the mud and the sand, and finally, slowly, the water level comes up and up and up. And another reason, some part of Punjab, some part of Rajasthan, some part of Jammu Kashmir state, that's are just below from the Himalaya mountain. So the water from the Himalaya mountains come down, that's called Shivalik range, come down in these three states. So definitely where water was going, he thought that, and the water was entering in the sun, and he decided, okay, here definitely there is a water, because water was coming from the Himalaya mountain in Shivalik range. If I will plant more trees here, teak or other trees, then definitely one day we can grow crops here. Then he planted so many eucalyptus trees. In the beginning, the people, they were not interesting with him. Oh, what he's doing, he's a crazy man like that. But slowly some people, they understood that no, look, that person, he came from Japan to do something, and we are Indian, we are not thinking about him. And then in the beginning, very few people came with him, but slowly there was the large number of the people who came with them. They planted so many eucalyptus trees, teak trees, and some other crops. And then finally, one day it was completely green. His dream fulfilled by. But another thing, by the eucalyptus tree, okay, it was the green leaf, but from where we can get to eat the things, I mean the crops. Then he told to the people, now we have the green leaf here, definitely we can grow here something. And he started to grow wheat, rice, or some other crops. And finally one day it was possible to do agriculture in this part. So it's all done by Mr. Sugiyama Tatsumaru. That's why we call to him Green Father, because he convert a desert to the greenery. So it is about the Sugiyama Tatsumaru, and it's a great respect for him from my heart. As I know his story, I feel very proud of my friend of Japan also, because there is someone who has done so many things for my country. Thank you. You can see there are all the trees. Before, because that NH1, it was very narrow. If I talk about in 1961, it was very narrow, only 10 feet. But now NH1, you can see with the 6th lane, more than 100 feet. So eucalyptus trees cut it by the government also after 1999 to spread the street because of the traffic. So the government, they cut it so many trees of the eucalyptus trees, but now some remain trees you can see there, and ahead on the way we will see also so many trees of the eucalyptus trees. And I will try to get in a place if any old person who can tell me little bit about the Sugiyama. So I will search that person, and if possible, definitely I will talk to him. Okay, thank you. Okay? Okay, fine. It's better. Very understand. That's why. Otherwise I have all. You can see to the left side all the eucalyptus tree along with the way of NH1. So it's very good view from here. By this row we can understand how Mr. Sugiyama thinks about that to do the plantation, and some remain plants still here. It's a complete row along with the National Highway 1. We can make a video from the outside, Mr. Hero. Okay. Can you see these all the trees of the eucalyptus till there far away? Also you can move your camera to another end. You can make a zoom there. Can you believe that 60-70 years ago there was a completely desert, red sand was here? Then how it's changed from the desert to the trees? How it was possible? There is no source of the water, there is no clay. How it was possible to irrigation, agriculture, trees? How was it possible? One man who has done this, he was Mr. Sugiyama, Tatsumaru Sugiyama. He was from your country, from Japan. He was from Fukuoka. Okay, why he did these all the things? What was the connection with India of Mr. Sugiyama Tatsumaru? Why he has done these all the things? The story begins from his great grandfather, and his name was Itohiro Uematsu, who has a great, strong political approach in Japan. Oftenly, he went overseas for the trade, and when he arrived once India and some other countries, then he realized, oh, America and Europe, they are eating a lively to the people or to the nation of Asia. Then he bowed and he thought, I have to do something. And he thought, when I will be independent, I will create so many technique of the agriculture, and agriculture will be the reason and the development of our country. He born in 1999 in Fukuoka prefecture. He decided to start a institute where he can teach to the student of Asia what are the technique of the irrigation, agriculture, plantation, revitalization, everything. He was running that very well, and so many students from India also went to learn. He taught so many things to the student of India, and he had good connection from the political leader of India. But he didn't do his dream fulfill. But his grandson, Mr. Sugiyama Tatsumaru, he remembered the word of his grandfather. You have to do something for the people of Asia. You have to save the people of Asia. India got independent in 1947, and after that, in